unless we can work.
For those of you who don't know her, Brittanny Renner is an Instagram model. She used to date PJ Washington, so he's the NBA player. He plays for Hornets, and yeah, they've been dating for, well, when they were dating, they dated for maybe a year or two, and now like they broke up, and now she's talking about child support and all of that. So there are rumors about Brittanny saying that she gets 200,000 a month, and here she says that she's not getting any of that. She's not getting 200,000. She's not getting 10K. She says that she's getting.
Work something out between us. We will be going to trial probably in a few months. Right now, I'm getting $2,500 a month.
So you see, she's getting way less than people assume. And there is something that I want to talk about. Like when she was dating PJ, she shared that she was getting 15K a month, and now now that they broke up, she's just getting 2,000 something, and it's for child support. And this is something that you need to pay attention to. It's not because a man was giving you money when you guys were together that's gonna be the same thing when you guys break up, because he's thinking, okay, now she's not my responsibility anymore, so it's a problem. And you will see that in the video she's saying that for 2 months he wasn't giving her anything. So you see, this is why marriage is important, because at least when you are married, you are protected and he's forced to give you money. I'm from France, and I know that in France, if the man doesn't want, when you divorce, he doesn't want to pay, the judge is allowed to come to, well, there is a procedure where, you know, they, like the police officers, they can come to your place and take the things that have value to sell them, because the law requires you to pay what's due when there is, legal action. At least with marriage, you are protected. This is why I want to warn you, ladies, don't get pregnant unless you are married, because now you aren't protected.
Could you do just like 50-50 custody with him? Would he want to do that?
Because of his career, he most likely would not be awarded that, because he's on the road so much. I'm very open-minded. Whenever he wants to see our son, he can come get him. Like, he's getting him from the 29th to the 7th, like, because he's traveling on this 2-week period right now. So anytime he wants him, I let him see him. Like, I mean, I love PJ. That's why I had a baby with him. So despite like all our shit that's been out there and how hard it has been transitioning from romantic to like basically strangers that we got to co-parent.
There is something that I want to say. It's not because you love someone that is the best match for you to build a life with. This is something that is unspoken, but when you choose to have a baby with someone, it's because you love them, and also committing to them makes sense. I'm going to show you another video of her where she talks about how he cheated on her and all of that, and you're going to understand my point better. So let's wait for this ad to pass.
Parent now, I still love him. I love him to death, but yeah, so with the custody stuff, I'm very open-minded. I just think with his career, it would be hard for a judge to like award him 50-50 just because he travels so much.
Because in my head, like, isn't it something that could be worked out like outside of court?
It is, but hearts don't break even. And I think in his mind, he has a number, which I won't say, but he has a number that he wants to stick to. And basically, when you're going through this process for North Carolina law, because it's very different other places, you don't get a percentage. If you both combined make annually over 300,000, you're considered off the charts, off grid. So then at this point, you have to prove how much you need in child support. So any bills that my son occupies, rent, car note, cable, groceries, those are things that my son occupies. And in Charlotte, the least amount that I could get would be 50% of each of those expenses, right?
So you see how this is unfair, because it means that she needs to pay half of the expenses that the kids, need, which is unfair, because not only now she's expected to work to provide for her kid, but also right now she's raising the kid, whereas for him, he's just playing basketball. Of course, this is his job, he's working, but he doesn't have to raise the kids, you see. So this is unfair. This is why, at least with the ring, you are protected.
The most, depending on his career and what the judge sees fit, it could be up to 97%. So whatever bills he occupies would be covered, whatever for his clothes and diapers and all that, and then that's accumulated in a financial affidavit is what it's called, right? And then you present it to him, his team, if he wants to settle outside. If he's like, actually, no, that's too high, I don't want to do that, I'd rather try my chances in court, then that's when you go to trial.
Do you think that he would give you nothing if it was up to him?
For the first 2 months, he gave me nothing.
Do you think that moving forward he would continue to?
I think he would just give me $2,500.
You see what's happening right now? He's thinking, if I give her more, it's going to be for her and she's going to buy herself things for herself. Because now he's thinking, you are not my responsibility anymore, so you can struggle, I don't care. I'm just going to give you just enough for the kid, but the rest isn't my problem. This is how he thinks.
You don't think I think that's plenty to raise a kid.
Well, when you go based on the laws for North Carolina, it's all of the bills that my son occupies. So my car note is, I think it's $2,000. Our rent is $2,750. All these bills. So I'm saying it's those two bills alone are already around.
But so this is just like the way the men are going to see this is like, it's like you're almost becoming entitled. And I'm not trying to offend you. It's just like, because to me, I'm like $2,500 a month. Auntie said she could do it on like $200 a month.
No, that's fine. But in reality, she doesn't have a baby with an NBA player, right? So when
I agree. The amount you should get when you divorce and for child support should be proportionate to the lifestyle the man has. If he was rich, he should give you more.
Also, let me finish though.
Go ahead.
So why it's entitled? It's law. This isn't like my personal.
And also, come on, it's his child. He wants his child to struggle financially? No. And he knew what would happen if they break up, right? He knew. So I don't understand why giving child support is like so much of an effort for him, because that isn't fair. He's the one who got her pregnant.
Opinion, and I've learned actually a lot about the law in Charlotte for child support. My mom got $100 for me and my brother, but again, it goes off based on your income. And
you see how women struggle when they have babies with men who don't have much. You see
what the child would be accustomed to. So that's where all of the opinions don't fucking matter. Because if my son is getting picked up in a Lamborghini, it's like he has to be in a equivalent. Like the judge doesn't want there to be too big of a gap. And that is law. So people can be upset and feel how they want, but take it up with your judicial system. Like, this is what it is.
Yeah. But, like, the whole point is you don't have to go to court over it.
No, I would like to settle it outside, but you can't, if I can't, let me finish though.
Go ahead.
I have tried to settle this outside, and there's still a chance that we could, right? I have given my financial affidavit. They've subpoenaed my stuff. They know what's going all in my business. They know what's going on. I do not have the final say. Okay? So if he doesn't want to settle, he does not have to. We can have a judge tell us who should be awarded what and leave it up to chance. Like I said, I wanted to settle from the very beginning. Doesn't matter what I want, because I'm asking him, this is what our bills are, this is how much it would be. Very reasonable number based on, again, you can't lie in the financial affidavit. It's like they subpoena everything. Right. So that's where there's full transparency. It's not like you can get a Chanel bag with this child support. This is literally to cover your child's needs. This is not alimony. People get confused, like $100,000 for a kid. Like it depends on their lifestyle.
I'm saying this is why the men see these laws as unfair. And this is why they don't see this as fair, because I hear $2,500 a month, and I personally think, and I grew up in a 1% family. Okay, I had the life sort of. We were kind of rich people that dressed poor. You know what I mean? but it's I hear $2,500 a month. I'm like, that's plenty for a kid, and I'm not trying to.
No, that's fine.
I don't think it's gonna damage a kid if one's in a Lamborghini, one's in a Honda Civic.
But I'm telling you, that's up to judge. That's up to the judge, and that's up to law. And again, so if you are in it, like I said, it's like greater than, equal to. So if you're using a $1.6 million house, a $500,000 house, $400,000.
Okay, let's pass the advertisement.
I'm not saying you have to be 1.6 million. Like, that's not what it is. So like I said, people are allowed to feel that way. I would love if people were just out of the business in general, the court system, and there was something that could be worked out, but just between family. Like, that's it. But that's a fucking ideal world that we don't fucking live in.
Well, and
I want to add that if he's not giving you child support, it's okay to bring his ass to the court. Okay? Don't feel sorry for him because it's his duty to give you child support.
feedback I've gotten from men is a lot of times like we would get more if we didn't drag their ass in court. And
But,
like this is the feedback. Like if you just give them time, like a lot of times you get more than you.
That's not true at all because he has plenty of money. His current girlfriend, well, he's engaged to her now. So his current fiance is getting Chanel bags every day. She got 2 cars in less than a year. Sorry. So this is not about time. He just doesn't want to because he thinks that this is not his problem anymore.
You think you would have? Because most men that I know want to take care of their kid, but it's just like when a woman, because in their head and to them it's like you're dragging me to court, you're doing all this, you're asking me for all this money, and it's like in their head they're like, well fuck you.
No, well, and to also
Yeah.
Where that point is not relevant to me is because he served me. I didn't take this to court. He wasn't paying me child support. I had to get a lawyer to figure out what to do next, but he served me first. People don't know that. So I got a the letter in the mail, and said, this is what we're about to do.
He's taking you to court.
Yes.
Okay. I don't serve you. That just means serves you.
Yes. So it's not like, so for you saying, oh, well, if you didn't take him to court, maybe he would, well, he's taking me to court. So again, I hear you, and maybe for majority situations, that's what it is, but I was served. So then I had to retain a lawyer, and like I said, all I did was got a consultation, just trying to figure out, he's not paying anything in child support. What do I do? And then I got served, so I had to retain it. So that's why I'm saying my situation is like, I get it. It's just not the typical, like, yeah, maybe if I was just a little more this way, he would give me that. No, he served me. I can't go, I have to just defend myself. That's it. But that's where we're at. Like, again, hearts don't break even. People have their own motives and their own reasoning to do.
As many